Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we dive into Digital Gold by Nathaniel Popper, a riveting narrative that chronicles the ascent of Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency that redefined the future of finance. Published in 2015, Digital Gold explores the eclectic mix of personalities, from cypherpunks and software engineers to investors and entrepreneurs, who played pivotal roles in Bitcoin's journey from an obscure digital novelty to a groundbreaking financial asset valued at over $1 billion. Through compelling storytelling, Popper sheds light on the early challenges and triumphs of Bitcoin, offering insights into its potential to transform the traditional banking system. Nathaniel Popper, a Harvard University alumnus, brings his extensive experience as a business reporter for the New York Times to this enlightening work. Having also written for the Los Angeles Times and Forward, Popper combines his journalistic expertise with a deep understanding of financial systems to create a captivating account of Bitcoin's rise. Digital Gold is an essential read for anyone intrigued by the evolution of money, those skeptical of traditional banking institutions, and online vendors seeking alternative payment methods. Join us as we unpack the story of Bitcoin's emergence as a digital gold, a symbol of innovation and freedom in the modern economy. Digital Gold, the Untold Story of Bitcoin. Introduction: A Journey into the Digital Revolution, Understanding Bitcoin. For millennia, humanity has anchored the concept of value to tangible currencies, from shells and spices to paper bills and coins. These physical tokens have traversed centuries, evolving in form but retaining their fundamental purpose, a medium of exchange. Yet, in an era where digital innovation is reshaping every facet of our lives, a pivotal question arises. Is our age-old monetary system on the verge of obsolescence in the face of advancing technology? This query has not only been pondered, but answered with the inception of Bitcoin, a digital currency that has taken the world by storm. For those still unfamiliar with this groundbreaking development, here lies an opportunity to unlock the mysteries of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies at large. Embarking on a discovery of digital gold, you'll delve into the heart of Bitcoin, understanding its essence, the ideologies fueling its creation, and the reasons behind its meteoric rise to fame. Throughout this exploration, you will uncover the unexpected link between Bitcoin and the Occupy Wall Street movement, the communal approach to Bitcoin's management, and the formidable security that makes Bitcoin nearly immune to cyber attacks. Venture with us into the realms of digital currency, where the abstraction of money takes on a new form, challenging the status quo and inviting us to reimagine the very concept of value in the digital age. Part 1: Bitcoin, Revolutionizing Money in the Digital Age. On a day that would mark a seminal moment in financial history, January 9, 2009, an enigmatic figure using the alias Satoshi Nakamoto introduced the world to Bitcoin. This wasn't just a new currency, but a radical reimagining of what money could be in our interconnected digital society. Bitcoin stands apart from traditional currencies in several groundbreaking ways. It's a platform that invites openness, as demonstrated by its open-source framework. Anyone with interest and internet access can dive into the code that powers Bitcoin, scrutinize its mechanics, and even contribute enhancements. This level of transparency is a stark departure from the proprietary software we're accustomed to, such as Photoshop or Microsoft Office, which is developed behind closed doors. But perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of Bitcoin is its decentralized nature. It operates without a central authority. Unlike conventional banking systems that privately manage each user's data, Bitcoin boasts a transparent communal database known as the blockchain. This digital ledger publicly records all Bitcoins and transactions ever made, distributing copies of this comprehensive record across the entire network of Bitcoin computers. This structural ingenuity means that, While Bitcoin doesn't offer the same level of privacy as traditional banks, where transactions are a secret shared only between you and your bank, it champions unparalleled freedom and potential for anonymity. Users can possess an infinite number of Bitcoin wallets or accounts, creating them as easily as one would set up a new email address. Moreover, Bitcoin elevates the concept of security in financial transactions by incorporating advanced encryption techniques at its very core. Unlike the PIN numbers that safeguard conventional cash withdrawals, Bitcoin operations are protected by robust public key cryptography, a system so secure it remains impervious to even the most advanced supercomputing attacks. Public key cryptography uses two intertwined components: a public key, visible to all on the blockchain, and a private key, known only to the transaction participants. This dual key system ensures that while transactions are publicly verifiable, the funds themselves can only be accessed by their rightful owners. Through this innovative use of cryptography, Bitcoin sidesteps the need for traditional centralized security measures, embodying a notion of financial ownership for the digital era. Part 2. Embracing the Future: Bitcoin's Communal Finance Approach. In the wake of the 2008 financial crisis, disillusionment with traditional banking systems surged, prompting a global quest for alternative approaches to managing money. Central to Bitcoin's appeal is its radical implementation of communal management, a concept that deeply contrasts with the secrecy and centralization characteristic of conventional financial systems. Two fundamental aspects of Bitcoin, the maintenance of its blockchain and the implementation of system updates, exemplify this notion of communal control. Every 10 minutes, the blockchain is updated with new transaction data, compiled into blocks. This process ensures consistency across the global network, making certain that everyone, no matter their location, shares an identical copy of the blockchain. This communal ledger not only records transactions and ownership details, but also serves as a bulwark against potential hackers. By pooling this data, Bitcoin safeguards against the introduction of fraudulent information, thwarting attempts to artificially generate currency. System updates in the Bitcoin network also adhere to this democratic ethos. Any modification to the Bitcoin protocol requires majority approval from its users. Such an approach ensures that no single individual can skew the system for personal gain. Discussions regarding changes are therefore meticulously debated within Bitcoin forums, ensuring any amendment is carefully considered and widely accepted. Nonetheless, Bitcoin is not without vulnerabilities. A theoretical risk exists should a hacker ever gain control over 51% of the network, an increasingly unlikely scenario as Bitcoin's user base expands. They could, in theory, manipulate the protocol. However, even in such a scenario, the system's robust encryption ensures a hacker's capabilities would be limited. They could potentially reverse their own transactions or halt others, but they couldn't access or spend someone else's Bitcoins. Bitcoin's reliance on communal management and decision-making represents a pioneering approach to financial systems, challenging traditional models of secrecy and central control. By vesting power in its users, Bitcoin not only enhances security, but also aligns with a broader desire for a more transparent, equitable financial landscape. Part 3. The Dark Beginnings: How Bitcoin Fueled an Underground Marketplace. In the shadows of the Internet lies the darknet, a concealed section accessible only via specific anonymizing software like Tor. It was here, amidst the web's hidden crevices, that the Silk Road marketplace carved its infamous legacy. The Silk Road wasn't your average online shopping destination. It was a digital black market, offering everything from drugs to illicit goods, all delivered discreetly to your doorstep. Enter Bitcoin, the anonymity-friendly digital currency that became Silk Road's lifeblood. This pairing was a match made in heaven, or hell, depending on whom you ask. Sellers were drawn to Bitcoin's irreversible transactions, while buyers savored the anonymity, avoiding the risks associated with traditional in-person drug deals. The alliance between Silk Road and Bitcoin was so symbiotic that the former became the latter's biggest source of transactions. As Silk Road's notoriety and user base swelled, so did Bitcoin's value. When Silk Road first came into existence in February 2011, a single Bitcoin was valued at approximately $1. By mid-May, that value had leaped to $10, and in the wake of a senator's declaration to shut down Bitcoin, branding it a tool for online money laundering, the cryptocurrency's worth skyrocketed to $30 in just 2 days. Silk Road epitomized a libertarian utopia, a decentralized, self-regulated marketplace, operating beyond the grasp of governmental oversight. This marketplace flourished, boasting 10,000 registered users by March 2012. It turned into an intricate ecosystem where daily transactions reached upwards of $35,000, encompassing vendors from at least 11 countries. The community was vibrant, with security moderators educating users on Bitcoin safety and on-site doctors providing advice on drug consumption. However, all corners of the Silk Road were brought to light in September 2013 when its founder, Ross Ulbricht, unknowingly confided in an undercover FBI agent. Despite Silk Road's collapse, Bitcoin emerged from the rubble stronger than ever, with its value standing at $140 per Bitcoin. This chapter of Bitcoin's history illustrates its complex role in the digital age, a tool for anonymity, freedom, and undeniably controversy. Part 4. Bitcoin, a beacon of financial liberation for WikiLeaks and Occupy Wall Street. In the arena where politics and technology intersect, an unlikely alliance forms among cypherpunks, anarchists, and even Tea Party activists. Their unifying thread? A deep-seated skepticism towards governmental interference and control over societal affairs. This distrust is hardly unfounded, especially when governmental powers have been wielded to choke the financial lifelines of dissenting voices. A prime example of this is the ordeal faced by WikiLeaks in September 2011. The organization made headlines when it released a staggering 250,000 confidential diplomatic cables, laying bare the untold narratives of American diplomacy. This bold move was met with stiff opposition from the U.S. government, which bypassed traditional legislative routes to coerce financial giants like Visa, PayPal, and Western Union into severing ties with WikiLeaks. This act effectively dried up 95% of WikiLeaks' funding sources overnight. In the throes of financial censorship, suggestions surfaced advocating for WikiLeaks to turn to Bitcoin for donations. The proposition sparked intense deliberations within the Bitcoin community. Developers weighed the benefits against the potential spotlight of government scrutiny, ultimately deciding the risk could thwart the nascent cryptocurrency from reaching its full potential. However, the government's heavy-handed approach served as a clarion call, amplifying the allure of a decentralized currency capable of circumventing traditional financial gateways. Simultaneously, the Occupy Wall Street movement was gaining momentum in September 2011, occupying Manhattan's Zuccotti Park with its grassroots anti-capitalist fervor. Originating from anti-austerity protests in Spain, the movement criticized the government's bailout of large banks at the expense of the populace. Within this uprising, Bitcoin found a new role, as a tool for receiving unblockable donations and safeguarding finances from the tumult of stock market fluctuations. The Occupy protests coincided with a burgeoning interest in Bitcoin, evidenced by a New York Bitcoin meetup. Here, enthusiasts from across the globe congregated, advocating for Bitcoin as a cornerstone for reconstructing economic systems into more transparent and equitable frameworks. Through the lens of WikiLeaks and Occupy Wall Street, Bitcoin emerged not merely as a cryptocurrency, but as a symbol of resistance against institutional control, offering a glimpse into the potential for a more liberating financial future. Part 5. Bitcoin in Argentina, a beacon of financial hope and freedom. Argentina's turbulent financial landscape, characterized by recurring crises and hyperinflation, has long been a testament to the havoc that unchecked governmental policies can wreak on the economy. Citizens, weary from the constant economic turmoil and failed stabilizing attempts, have been on a perpetual quest for financial stability and freedom. It was within this context that the concept of Bitcoin garnered significant interest at the second official Bitcoin meetup in Argentina. For many, Bitcoin presented a revolutionary opportunity to circumvent the crippling restrictions imposed by the government to control the Argentine peso's value. Restrictions such as artificially inflated US dollar exchange rates, the outright ban on PayPal transactions, punitive measures against dissenting economists, and excessive delays on international credit card purchases had become all too familiar. The disparity was stark for the meetup organizers themselves, who faced the inefficiency firsthand. Selling a $100 ticket could yield 595 pesos through credit transactions, taking up to 14 days, whereas Bitcoin could promptly convert it to 920 pesos in a mere 2 days. Beyond facilitating smoother transactions, Bitcoin emerged as a beacon of security against government intrusion. In a country where financial inclusivity remains a challenge, where opening a bank account and obtaining a credit card are fraught with hurdles, cash had been the primary mode of saving. However, given the government's dismal track record with currency management, marked by rampant inflation that eroded wealth time and again, Argentinians were understandably skeptical of storing their wealth in the national currency. Bitcoin thus represented not just an alternative but a sanctuary, a place where their savings could rest, insulated from the whims of a volatile economy. Although direct spending of Bitcoin within Argentina was not a widespread practice, its value as a stable and secure haven was undeniable. As a testament to Bitcoin's resilience and appeal, while the Argentine peso continued its decline, falling an additional 25% against the US dollar since early 2013, Bitcoin's value surged impressively by 860%. This stark contrast only underscored the potential of Bitcoin to transfer financial power back into the hands of the people, providing a glimmer of hope amidst the economic despair that had long shadowed Argentina. Part 6. Bitcoin, redefining money for the digital age. Just as the internet revolutionized the way we share information, liberating it from the clutches of postal services and media monopolies, Bitcoin promises a similar liberation for currency from the traditional banking system's confines. The advantages of Bitcoin over conventional banking are multifaceted and profound. Among its most groundbreaking features is the ability to facilitate instantaneous money transfers. In today's digital world, where sending gigabytes of data across the globe happens in mere minutes and video calls connect us with crystal clarity, the fact that bank transfers can still take days seems archaically out of step. This discrepancy became glaringly evident during the financial crisis when J.P. Morgan Chase, teetering on the brink of failure, desperately needed to secure funds from a bank in Japan. Hindered by the weekend and a subsequent bank holiday, they resorted to writing a $9 billion check and sending it via mail, a process that, in a Bitcoin world, would have been instantaneous. Beyond its speed, Bitcoin's digital nature aligns seamlessly with the Internet's economy. It obliterates the concept of border-bound financial transactions and their associated fees. Given its divisibility into minuscule amounts, Bitcoin paves the way for micropayments. Imagine paying fractions of a cent to access an article or skip an advertisement, seamlessly integrating with online services. Yet, Bitcoin's potential extends far beyond financial transactions. At its heart lies the blockchain protocol, a powerful verification system that fosters trust across an array of scenarios. The blockchain's transparent, immutable nature means that it could supplant traditional mechanisms used to instill trust, such as the requirement for a notary or solicitor during the signing of contracts and wills. With the blockchain, these processes could become universally verifiable, eliminating the need for intermediaries. Bitcoin is poised to disrupt not just financial transactions, but a wide spectrum of trust-based interactions in society. While its use as a currency is its most apparent application, the most transformative implications of Bitcoin, and indeed the blockchain, lie in areas yet to be fully discovered and explored. Final summary. At the heart of this exploration is Bitcoin, a revolutionary digital currency that is reshaping our understanding of monetary transactions and the control of financial assets. Born from the desire for autonomy and encryption, Bitcoin stands as a testament to the power of decentralized technology. It challenges the traditional authority held by banks and governments over monetary systems, providing individuals with a way to conduct international transactions anonymously, securely, and without delay. Through the lens of Bitcoin, we glimpse a future where money is not just a physical entity, but a secure, global, and user-empowered digital phenomenon. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.